Okay, here's the second video for 9.8, which is called Transforming Quadratics. This goes with the exercise Shift Parabolas. Again, transformations talk about shift left, right, shift up, down, but transformations are also about stretching a shape or a function, or so that would be stretching or shrinking a shape or a function. It like presses it down or it stretches it. We're just shifting left, right, up, down. Okay, so for this one, let's see. I used blue for my H and red for my K. So this is just shifted up by 4 units. So it's not going left or right at all. It's just going up on the axis. So it's going to sit at 0, 0, and then it's just going to move up. So it's still at 0 for the x. What is the equation of the new parabola? So this is one of the examples you might get. So if it's up, so h is still equal to 0. It didn't shift left or right, so it's going to stay there. But k is up 4, and up is a positive direction on the x and y axis. So that's a positive 4. All right, so in our general equation, x minus h, quantity squared plus k, I'm just going to drop things in. Oops, sorry. So again, if I want to help me with the highlights, my k is equal to 4. There's my k. So I'm going to sub in 4. And then the same thing for h. H didn't change, so h is still at 0. And that's what I put in there. Otherwise, you can just ignore it if you get comfortable with this stuff. So let's clean it up. So we don't need the parentheses or that 0, because you subtract anything from 0, it doesn't change the value. And then plus 4. Let's do another one. Okay, the parabola is shifted up 7 units. So up 7 units. And left, ooh, we're going backwards. Okay, so here up 7. And left 1. So for this one, my h is equal to, left is backward. So you're always thinking of this x and y axis. And you're going to the left, and that's in the negative direction for us. That's what's, universally recognized in mathematics. So my h is going to be a -1, and my k is still positive because I'm going up. So that's a positive 7. All right, let's write the most. Minus h, quantity squared, plus k. Y equals x minus, instead of h, I'm going to write a -1. Quantity squared plus my 7. Let's clean that up. Minus minus makes a plus. There it is. There's your new equation. And so this is not in standard form. This is called vertex form, where you can pull out the vertex. So if I had to pull that out, the vertex would be at -1, 7. So it would be, to sketch that really quick, it would just be like everything is moved down 1 and up 7. So it would be some parabola that kind of look like that, which is a really rough sketch. 2 more. Again, all these problems you might get from Khan Academy. All right, we can think of G as translated or shifted version of F. So there's G, the parent function, there's F, the parent function. Let's just write that down for an extra vocab, dose of vocab. And then here's my shift. G is the new translated function. So underneath, okay, my H in blue, my H is in blue. Oh, sorry, forgot to switch the colors. Red. Now it's gonna look purple because blue and red make purple. So if this was a positive, it's very important to notice, listen up. If this was a +9, H would be a -9. Let me say that again. If this said x + 9 squared, it's the opposite, so H is -9. But here, right, the minuses cancel out, and so I'm just like taking the H where it is. So I've got my H equal to 9, and my K is positive, so I don't have to flip that, is 3. And so these are both in positive directions. So H, you know, is like our X value, so that's gonna move in the positive direction, and that's gonna move in the positive direction. So you have these like drop-down menus, and so you have to click on this, and we're gonna say it's up by 3 units because that's my K. And to this direction is to the right, which is positive, by 9 units. So that's how I enter that into Khan Academy. All right, last one. Function G, again, this is the one that moves, is shifted. So the only focus you have to make is where 0, 0 has moved, because that is my H and K. That is why we start in algebra with shifting this. Lines are harder. Lines are harder to see how they're translated, as are exponential. Quadratics are so easy to see because it has this nice vertex. So where I see this is -2, 1. So let me write that, -2, 1. Okay, so it's going to ask me, it says write the equation, and I'm gonna have to put it in this box. Well, I'm not a great box person, but let's write it below. Doing the most because it's notes, again, writing that generic thing out, and then just plugging things in. Y equals x minus the H. Again, the H right here is -2. So that's the new one. -2 squared plus my K is 1. Right, my K is 1. Okay. So cleaning it up, minus minus makes a plus. And this is, again, where I was going back to this. If you had to pull out what was happening here, remember it's opposite. So H, so this is the answer. This is what we put up here. Well, we don't put the y equals. We use the fancy function notation. So we would say x plus 2 squared plus 1. But the H is a negative, so remember, it's always opposite what you see. It moved to the left. It moved in the backwards direction, even though it looks like a plus. And then the K is true to form. It went up. But we don't have to do all that. I just want to re-explain that. Now you're ready to do Khan Academy exercise or problem set shift parabolas. Have a great day.